Greetings and welcome back to another Sidney Dew live tutorial. I'm your host Daniel Victorio with Camp Sidney Dew, and I just wanted to take you through our 7 steps to merit badges, start to finish. That's what's next here on Sidney Dew Live's tutorial for this week. And you know what? I just want to take you through this quick tutorial and try to save you some time so that you know the steps and can feel confident that when you start your next merit badge course, you'll be able to take it all the way to completion. Before we start that, though, just to take you through the steps here, make sure that you have some blue cards with you. If you don't know what blue cards are, I'm holding one here, and I just wanted to show it to you real quick. But the blue card, the reason why you use this, by the way, blue cards, is because this is not only your record, but it's your counselor's record and your scout leader's record to show. So I'm showing you the back side of it. The previous slide only had the front side of it, but you want to make sure that you have a stack of these. If you're not sure how to use it, get with your Scoutmaster so that you do know, and just make sure that you have some of those. So okay, so that is blue cards, but let's go through the steps first. First step 1, pick a topic for a merit badge that you want to take, and this really only has to do with when you're doing a merit badge, not during a regular merit badge university or going to Scout summer camp. But if you wanted to start a merit badge that you either needed because it's Eagle required, or it's an elective, something that you're already interested in or curious about, or a specific area of interest that you've always had, or maybe it's something that you're already working on, like for instance, maybe you play a sport and that can help you earn the athletics merit badge. So that's those are all good reasons to start a merit badge, and that's what the merit badge program really is for. It's about discovery and adventure. So take the time to make sure that your work counts for you by starting your next merit badge. Before you move on to any other step, after you've got the one that you want to do, buddy system. Remember that merit badges aren't independent study courses. This is meant to be done with your troop or your patrol or your buddy, and no fewer than that. It's meant to be done with another person. And don't, if you go on to the next step, which is, call your counselor, the first question he's going to ask is, do you have a buddy? So make sure that you have a buddy. If you don't already have one, or there isn't one already a group from your troop doing the merit badge, recruit one yourself. This is a must, and that's your responsibility to do as a scout. Number 3, call a merit badge counselor. You recruit your own merit badge counselor, and I say call as in don't text them or email them first, and that may be how you communicate down the road. But start with a phone call, or even better, speak with them in person if they're available. If your merit badge counselor is somebody that's also like an assistant scoutmaster or committee member of your troop, that makes your life easier. It's somebody that's in the room. It's your troop's merit badge counselor. So that's a good thing to have that. And if you're not sure who to call, start with your scoutmaster or assistant scoutmaster. They can give you tips, or they can help you recruit the next merit badge counselor for that topic in your troop. And if they don't know, your district executive or your scout service center always keeps a list of the merit badge counselors local to your area. And folks, some of them may not be in your troop. So that may be helpful to know that there's a list that exists, and you call your district executive or your scout service center because that's where they keep it and renew those annually. If you still can't find one, or none of those folks can help you, maybe it's time to recruit a new merit badge counselor for that merit badge for your troop or for your area. You can ask your parents, one of your parents, to do it. You can ask a leader or anybody who's an expert. If it's your science lab teacher, ask your science teacher to be a merit badge counselor. They'll say, what is that? They may not know. It'll take some selling on your part, but you can recruit just about anybody to do it. It's easy. Registering is easy to do, and it's free. You don't pay extra to be a merit badge counselor. You don't pay a registration fee to be a merit badge counselor. And before you start your merit badge, make sure that you know your schedule, because the first thing your merit badge counselor is going to ask you is, all right, when can we meet? So it's just good if you already know your schedule. ahead of time. And then also, it's important to remember, be conscious of your merit badge counselor's time and courteous, because a scout is courteous, but be conscious of their time, and don't forget to show gratitude at the appropriate time. So that's step 3. We'll keep moving on. Number 4, any requirement, anytime, unless otherwise specified, of course. And of course, the big deadline is when you turn 18, because you have to be Scouts BSA eligible in age in order to participate in merit badges. So just as long as you haven't turned 18, there's really no time limit, unless and except for that some badges and some requirements within badges have time specific elements, like personal fitness. You have you have to do a 12-week fitness, whatever they call it. I don't remember. I'm not reading it right out of the book. But so if it says 12 weeks and you got to do it in 12 weeks, you can't stop week 3 and take a break. It's got to be done in the 12 weeks, or you got to start over. So that's a time element that that's in the requirements that you got to know about ahead of time. So all right, once your blue card is signed by your scout leader, you've made initial contact with your merit badge counselor. It's time to go. Ready, set, go. Unless they ask you to wait for some reason, or stop or pause, and that's kind of at their discretion too. But otherwise, the things that you can be doing on your own, or with your buddy, go ahead and get started. There's no reason why not to. And then again, just be courteous, or at least conscious of your merit badge counselor's time, because it's just a nice way to be. All right, let's move on. Step 5: show your stuff. Document. Take good notes. Keep your notes. Don't throw them away. You can see I always keep my notebook here in front of me. I've always got my notes with me. But aside from that too, some folks will use the merit badge worksheet, which you can download on any of these sites. But those aren't made or constructed by the BSA. Those are constructed by volunteers. And so make sure it's, again, your responsibility to make sure that you have the merit badge worksheet that has the most current requirements on them. So if you use those, or if your instructor asks you to use those, make sure that you're using the one that has the most current requirements before you start. That's your responsibility to make sure. Also, if it says demonstrate, that means you got to do it. We call it a gotta do. That's a gotta do. Practice doesn't count here. The practice sessions don't count. It's the one that you mean it on. So, but you need to demonstrate proficiency in the skill, not perfection. You just got to demonstrate that you understand and know why, or how the skill is completed. If it's appropriate, make a video of you doing it, or take a picture of you doing it. Now we have these things that are disposable with our phones, so that might be perfectly appropriate. But make sure that's okay with your merit badge counselor and your scoutmaster first. And also, there's sometimes when you don't need to do that. Like, for instance, your basket is your basket. You don't need to take a picture of your basket to tell your merit badge counselor. Just bring them the basket and show them, the thing that you finished. That's the, that's the thing. So, so show them your basket. There are other instances where, you don't need to take a picture or a video. All right. Now, step 6, get the badge. When you're done with everything, get with your counselor, your merit badge counselor, and get the blue card signed by your merit badge counselor. They won't sign it until all requirements are complete. So make sure that all the requirements are complete, get the card signed, and when you get it signed, give it back to your scoutmaster. When you give it back to your scoutmaster, he or she will take care of the rest. But just in case, make sure that you keep a copy. And the easiest thing I tell people to do is just snap a picture of the front and back of your blue card with your phone. But be sure to keep a copy for your own records. You are most responsible for your stuff. All right, this is kind of the long part here, but number 7 is on requirements. Just a good reminder of what your responsibility is as scouts when you're doing your merit badge. The requirements, you are expected to meet all of the requirements as they're stated, no more and no less. Be sure if it says show or demonstrate, it's not storytelling time. You can't be in front of your counselor and say, well, remember we did this time and we went down this river during canoeing for kayaking, etc. Nope, it's a gotta do. So if it didn't happen in between the time that you started the merit badge, you got to do it. So that's a gotta do. Same for these others in this word list here. If it says make, you got to make it. If it says list, write a list. If it says in the field, it's got to be done out in the field. If it says collect, make a collection of those things, etc., and so on and so forth. And I think you understand there. And so also on requirements, be sure that you know that they change often. So be on the lookout and make sure you're using the most current version. And this is the scout's responsibility to make sure that you do that. Also, look closely here. Check the most current version of there's a book that comes out every year called BSA Requirements, and make sure that you check that. That has the most up-to-date and requirements, and it's updated itself. That book comes out annually, usually in the late spring, late March or early April. And if the new edition of the manual is released after the BSA Requirements book has been released, a scout may choose to follow either set of requirements until the end of the same year. And then if you already started a merit badge when a new edition is introduced, you, quote, may continue to use the same pamphlet and fulfill the requirements therein to earn the badge. And again, there's no time limit once you're started. I put that link right here in the bottom of this slide, but I also dropped that official link as well as, you know, where I got all of this stuff from on scouting.org in the description below here in our video. If you found that helpful, or if you found this video and other Sidney Dew Live tutorial videos valuable, would you hit the like button and be sure to subscribe and share this with your fellow scouts, because I think you'll find that your fellow scouts will find that helpful as well. And Sidney Dew Live is an episodic video that comes out live on Facebook every other Thursday in the lead up to our summer camp 2021 season at Camp Sidney Dew. And we also have a show called Sidney Dew Sunday that comes out every Sunday at 6 p.m. And so we'd love for you to join us on either of those. You can drop your questions down in the comments here, and we'll use them in the live broadcast. But thank you for joining us, and stay tuned because we're going to have more of them, and we'll see you on the next one.